Over the last few years, the exponential growth in cloud adoption has created several identity challenges. For context, GCP alone has around 8,000 permissions and 1,500 different predefined roles. Any organization that builds applications in a multi-cloud environment, which is pretty much every company, has thousands of cloud resources like compute engines, cloud storage buckets, and Kubernetes clusters. There could be millions of combinations of IAM roles and permissions across all of these resources. All of us here in the security and DevOps community have spent a lot of time managing this complexity. And yet, we struggle to manage our cloud and data entitlements. We struggle with deactivating old accounts. We struggle with removing unneeded access. We struggle with implementing least privilege without creating bottlenecks for engineers. Why is implementing least privilege just so damn hard? Firstly, security teams lack visibility into who has access to which sensitive permissions. Because of the sheer number of possible permissions, it is not easy to identify which permissions are sensitive. Secondly, let's face it, most engineering teams have overprivileged accounts. Removing permissions reduces developer velocity. So organizations are hesitant to remove permissions without a process in place. Lastly, to the extent that there are processes, organizations manage permissions using a ticketing system like Jira or ServiceNow. These are slow and often result in excessive permissions that are never revoked. Enter P0 security. I am Shashwat, and me and my co-founders have experienced this problem firsthand at our previous jobs and started P0 to solve this once and for all. So how does P0 work? Let's jump into a short demo. This is the P0 admin dashboard. You can view all requests. You can set up new integrations to cloud resources such as AWS, GCP, or Snowflake, or to directories such as Okta, Google Workspace, or Azure AD. Now, let's see how you can automate IAM audits. Let's dive into the last audit that was run. P0 gives you a list of all the dangerous permissions that each developer possesses. You can simply hit the remediate button to remove each and every one of them. And after this, if anyone needs escalated privileges, they can use P0's Slack bot for just-in-time and short-lived access. Speaking of which, let's see how the Slack bot works. If I need access to a GCP cloud storage bucket, I can start the P0 bot, select GCP, and then select cloud storage as the resource type and request the access that I need to the bucket of my choice. This request is routed to an SRE on the P0 requests channel. They can start a conversation with the requester to gain more context, or simply approve or deny the request for an appropriate duration. After this time period, the access is revoked automatically. Using P0, our customers have reported median time to access approval of under a minute, as compared to many hours using a ticketing system. Now, you might ask, how are we different from other vendors? Well, we are very easy to deploy. You do not need any agents, proxies, or infrastructure. Users can deploy us to an AWS account or a GCP project in under 10 minutes on their own. Secondly, we are the only solution in the market that combines visibility and access control for a much more useful product. We are building a catalog of identity vulnerabilities, which are common IAM roles and permissions that can be exploited. This means that you do not need to know which of the thousands of permissions are dangerous. We do that work for you, and you can choose to replace them with our Slack bot for just-in-time and short-lived access. Last but not the least, we have a generous free tier that lets you run an IAM access review in your environment on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Try out our product, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.